gonna make history, okay? This lady is gonna be our next mayor of Harlingen. And I need every one of you to go out there and pull out every vote out of Harlingen for her. We need a change in Harlingen. We're tired of the old good boy politics. Harlingen needs a good Hispanic to run the city and to make changes for Hispanics here and everybody. So with that, I introduce our next mayor of Harlingen, Norma Sepulveda.
And Norma Sepulveda is very short. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Norma Sepulveda, and yes, I am running for mayor of our beautiful city of Harlingen. Thank you to Mr. Robles and to Joe and to every single person that's here that, that has supported me and has put me in the position that I am today in front of you. I would not be here if it wasn't for all of the people that have supported me and encouraged me along the way to do this. Putting yourself out there is not easy, especially when you're going against somebody that's been there for 24 years, right? And so it's not about me. This election is not about me, it's about you. It's about our community. I was born and raised in this city, and I love the city of Harlingen, and like you, I'm just tired of the status quo. I'm tired that every time it rains, I think my house is gonna flood, my business is gonna flood, and nobody cares. I'm tired of it, and I know that you're tired of it too. And to say that we are on the right path to fix those problems is disingenuous, right? Because 24 years, you had that opportunity and you failed the citizens of Harlingen. So now it's time for a change. It's time for a new vision, a new perspective, and that is putting the community first. This is going to be the first time that the citizens of Harlingen are going to govern, not me, but you. It is back to community first. And we do that by being accessible, right? My goal is to be your voice. And like Sarah said, I'm going to be there. If you have a problem, you're going to be able to call me on the phone. You're going to be able to look on the website, and there's going to be a number where you call Norma, not the city secretary, or email my office, or I'll call you when I get to it. You're going to have a direct contact to me because it's important to me. I know that I haven't had it. I've lived born and raised, lived here the majority of my life, and I've never felt that the government represented me. And I strongly believe that you believe that too, and you felt that way because that's why you're here. So my main goal is to make sure that you are the priority. Second on the list, of course, is to ensure that we tackle our drainage problem and we don't have the problems that we have with flooding. That means get the money out of the bank. It doesn't need to sit in the bank. It's not doing anything there. It needs to be out working for us. The money that we get from the federal government doesn't need to be in the bank. It needs to be actively working for the taxpayer. Your money, if what is being reported is true, that sales tax has doubled, that we have an additional $15 million. If we have $15 million, those $15 million need to be working for you. And I'm going to make sure that that's what happens and it's not sitting in a bank. The third and most important, I think, is public safety, right? Everybody wants to be safe in their homes. Anybody wanting to move to Harlingen, I know there's realtors in the city. They're always going to ask two questions, right? What's a school district look like? And is it safe? We need to make sure that we're supporting our school district, which we have an amazing school district. We just need to make sure that we're partnering with them and getting them partnered with TSTC and UTRGV so that our kids stay here. We don't, educate them and they move away, that they stay here. We can do that by building those partnerships, building on the partnerships that have already existed, but making it better, right? Making it better. And second, investing in our first responders. Our police, HPD, and our firefighters and our first responders that have pushed us through and pushed us out, almost out of this pandemic, they deserve to be treated with respect. And the way that we do that, we make sure that they're funded at levels where they have sufficient staff, equipment, and resources. And until we have that, we cannot grow our community. Without public safety, we cannot grow. To say that crime is down is false. I'm not a politician, you know, and I'm not going to be able to spit out numbers, but I will tell you, I'm a former math teacher, right? And we can manipulate numbers to say whatever it is that we want to say. So if somebody's telling you crime is down, they will show you maybe in 2020 crime was down because everybody was at home. But last year, 9 murders in the city of Harlingen. Crime is not down. Violent crime is up because we have mental health issues. We have issues all across the country. It's not just Harlingen. It's not isolated to Harlingen. It's everywhere. And until we recognize and acknowledge that and give our officers what they need, we're just going to have those problems still. And so my goal is to ensure that you're safe in your home, your house doesn't flood, and I protect your tax dollars. And that's the last thing I'll leave you with. If you own a home or a business in the city of Harlingen, you know that for the last 10 years, your taxes have gone up. They're skyrocketing, right? We know that every time that the tax bill comes, it's going to be higher than the last year. But your house is still the same, your business is still the same. In 2019, the city of Harlingen increased taxes by 7%, despite saying that we had doubled our sales tax revenue. And that right there is failing the citizens of Harlingen. We cannot overtax our citizens and expect for our businesses to flourish and for people to have money in their pocket to be able to invest in our community, so we do have increased sales tax. So if you vote for me, and I hope you will, what you will have in me is a voice. I will be the person to advocate for you and not for special interests. I will be the person to ensure that we are doing 100% of what we can do to ensure that your home doesn't flood, and that I'm going to protect your tax dollars. And I will leave you with one thing, just because there's a lot of confusion. You need to go out and vote for me on April 25th, okay? April 25th. Put it on your calendar. Everybody has a smartphone. Put an alarm and make sure that you come out on that day. Not the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, May 7th, April 25th. If we want to send a message to the people that are working hard against us to ensure that the status quo stays the way that it is, we need to come out in record numbers on April 25th. You have locations, 4 different locations. I have cards. I'm happy to distribute them. And the polls are going to be open all day. You know, when you get out of work, they'll be open. Before you go to work, they'll be open. Make sure that that is your plan. There are several elections going on. Don't get confused. April 25th through May 3rd is early voting. May 7th is election day. I worked the polls on election day. It was confusing. You're not, you know, precincts are all messed up, and it's hard to find out where you're going to vote at the last minute. But if you take advantage of early voting, you can vote anywhere in the county. So there's no excuse not to vote. So I encourage you to do so. I ask you, I plead with you to make sure that if this is the change that you want, if you want better for Harlingen, make it a priority to vote, because in the past, only 7% of the population, of the voting population, has voted. We want to make this change. I know we're going to make this change, and we're going to win, but it's going to be because every single person here makes it a priority and then encourages their friends and family to do the same. Thank you. I'll be here for any questions that you might have.
I told you she was good, and can she tell us the way it is?